Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys had a wonderful day like I did today. Oh my gosh, it is another video that I am making past my bedtime. It is definitely past my bedtime. But that is okay. It just means that I've been up having a blast, just laughing and giggling and having fun. My mother-in-law is in town. She's absolutely wonderful. The kids came over, you know, the neutral girl. Should have got her up here on video, but everyone was busy laughing and having fun. I mean, it's past my bedtime. I'm doing a video. Had the kids over. It was so enjoyable. We didn't end up going to the fair because it did start raining during the time frame that we would have. It's okay. It's another day. So we didn't end up going and doing that. But we did brunch together. So wonderful. And it's something nice to be able to just sit around the table and enjoy each other's company and laughing and joking and cutting up and then hearing about the kids, how they're doing in school, how their friends are, what their opinions of things are. It was a lot of fun. I get it. It wasn't anything that was just wow out there. But it was absolutely fantastic. And another thing, oh my gosh, have you guys seen or heard anything about the Dubai chocolate? It's supposed to have been like taking over TikTok and all sorts of other things, and it's just this amazing chocolate, absolutely wonderful. So my husband hadn't heard about it. I did. But, you know, finding it's pricey. It's some pricey chocolate. And I asked my daughter, have you heard about that? She's like, yeah, I have. It is amazing. And she said, same thing. It's expensive. And she's like, you know, they've got some at 7-Eleven, which is not far from us. I'm like, no way. Yeah, okay. So I got to try it tonight. Oh my gosh. That was so amazing. That was so good. Absolutely wonderful. So if you've heard people talking about it, good, bad, whatever, loved it. It's this one was milk chocolate. They've got dark chocolate too, but the store didn't have dark chocolate. So it's milk chocolate, pistachio paste, and kadafa. I'm not sure how you say it. It's like a crunchy little. They're not like haystacks, but it's thin. It's thin, like angel hair pasta, thin kind of a thing, and crunchy with that pistachio paste and the chocolate. Oh, absolutely spectacular. So I got to try something new today. That was fun. We went to the park, we went walking, we did some stuff. I took my knitting to the park and everything, and the kids were going crazy and having fun and just running around. And my mother-in-law saw what I was working on, and she's like, are those for Stefan? Yes, yes they are. I will show you. I got a lot done on his sock. And for her to do that, to see me working on it, not knowing how many I have done. Yeah, all the needles are in it. So I have turned the heel. I'm on the gusset, so that's cool. But to not know whose sock it is, but just by the visual alone, is that Stefan's? Yes, yes it is. I picked well. I picked well. So happy about that. It's wonderful when you've got family in town that you can still get some projects done. You can still work on some things. One of the other things, and I left it downstairs, is I'm still trying to sketch out. My drawing skills are not good. We all have talents. My drawing skills are not the talent. I was trying to sketch out a dress. Earlier today, I had on a dress, but we went and did a whole bunch of walks, so I changed into this. But I had a dress on, and I like the lines of that dress. I like the way that it fits my particular body shape. I'm large chested, large on the backside, just like, you know, the backside just a little bit bigger than the chest, but I mean, I still have an hourglass shape. So it's an interesting one to find the right garments for. We all have our things, right? And so I'm like, why am I trying to reinvent the wheel? I like this dress. I like the way this fits me. I want to knit something like that out of my gorgeous yarn. Oh my gosh. And then I bought a pattern today. I know it's not a dress pattern. I did buy a pattern today. I think it was just released because it's still on its special sale. What day does it say here? It's from Wool and Pine, and the page was created, first published here in July. All right. So it is by Wool and Pine. It is called the Soft Current Tee, and it's 30% off until the 4th of August. Just put it in your cart and buy it. I'm not advertising for it. I paid the money for it. So this is the pattern that I bought. And I like that. I like the way the lace is. I like this V-neck, well, like I have on, right? You know, my shirt that needs to be thrown in the wash machine. We had a good day today, I'm not gonna lie. But I like the V-neck right here. I think that's flattering. I was also reading another design book. It says, know your body type. Well, I'm a woman and I will put my head in the sand about my body type all I want to. Thank you very much. You know, and then it's talking about top heavy, bottom heavy, proportional, how you look at it, you being blunt and honest and everything, taking the front pictures, taking the side pictures, and seeing. And I asked my husband too, and I'm like, well, where am I? And he said, you're proportional. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I think the bottom's just a bit heavier, but whatever. But it went into what looks good on you and why. This with the longer V, the deeper V, said, you know, for the bustier type, that's a good look. You know, just different things is what it went into. I'm like, okay. And then I thought it was really nice for me personally to look at it. It said, you know, the bustier type. One of the things that we have issues with our sweaters is it says, hey, here, go to the fullest part of your bust and make your sweater from there, whether that's, I think this one goes from 32 to 65 or something like that. Pick a number, right? It's somewhere in there. And you grab that number, and yes, the sweater will fit over your chest, but everything else is huge. And that's what I've come across. This is a lot of people, that's the issue. And you really need to do the bust darts and waist shaping. Yeah, I'm an extra large, but I still put in waist shaping, right? Because otherwise I'm gonna look like a 2 or 3X, right? Just because I got big parts. So I read that to help me out, and then I'm like, that dress is perfect. That's what I'm looking at. This type of a V-neck is it. This right here, I know that is a top, but you do something like that, bring it in, and that's what I was drawing. Bring it in on the waist. Don't leave it just straight up and down, because that's not, I have the curves. If I leave it straight up and down, I look bigger. I've got to bring it in, and then I look more proportionate, because again, we all have different shapes. But that's kind of, look at the lines on that. With the V it works, and then going straight up and down. Bring in for the curves, and then with that lace, I can take that and with that lace and add other stuff and make panels that come out like this. You see what I'm getting at? And expand it, and you know, stitches in between. Like, even if the lace is like this, make wedges in between with the straight lace and those wedges and everything, and that'll add the fullness for a dress or a skirt. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I know. So I paid for a pattern, right? And then right after I paid for that, I'm like, oh, then I grabbed my Japanese Stitch Bible. That's what it's called. It's Stitch Dictionary. I grabbed that and I was looking at things, and then I'm looking at all those sorts of other things. I'm like, why can't I just stick with one thing? Because I'm me, that's why. I'm going to make it complicated, and then I might come back to the simple one. But that's just how that is. So I got really excited about that, and instead of just looking at it and obsessing over it, I just pulled the trigger and bought the pattern. And then I realized, yeah, there's other stuff I want to do. Look at this. Oh, yeah. You're like, I can hardly tell. I know. This is the silk. I wound the silk today. It's not pretty. It's, oh my gosh, it is not pretty. This is by Threads by Megan Nicole. Gorgeous. It's 100% mulberry silk. Now, if you ever decide that you want to treat yourself, and you think, again, I'm not affiliated or anything, but if you ever decide you want to treat yourself, I got the 100% mulberry silk. She stated she does the winding service and doesn't charge for it. Okay. Now, I am very happy I got the skein in the skein form, because there's something about having it in the skein form. It is so soft and it is so decadent and it is just so absolutely amazing. I do not regret getting in the skein form, especially since I've never played with her yarn before. I never saw it in person. 100% thrilled I got it in the skein form, which meant I had to wind it. And did I mention it's 100% mulberry silk, as in slick silk? Yeah, that's what it is, which means take care in winding. I did wind it. I got the pictures and everything. It's an ugly cake. It's an ugly cake. I'm keeping it. Well, of course I'm keeping it. It's an ugly cake. I could wind it again. No, it's fine. I will keep it in its little Ziploc bag. I will do an outside pull and it will be fine. That's just, don't mess with it. So I had the pictures which showed it, and here, let me take it very carefully and very gently out of my quart Ziploc bag. This is my gorgeousness. Yeah, I told you it's an ugly cake. It's an ugly cake. It's like spewing everywhere. It's like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I like it. It's pretty. Let's take out a needle. I did a swatch this big. I did a swatch that big. It counts, right? No, it doesn't. No. Yes, no, it doesn't. It's not enough to count. It's not. It's really not. So I did a little swatch. Here like that. You can't see that. I know. This is the type. This is where my husband's like, you have to do more. I can't tell. I'm like, I know. But that's my little. Oh, here's the right side. It doesn't matter. Here's a little swatch. Look, so I've got lace right here. Look, see? I got some yarn overs. Yarn overs equals lace. I did it on purpose. They stack on each other. And it feels amazing. So I started this on 4s because, you know, lace weight and everything. It's 100 grams. It's 675 yards, I think is what it is. And all right, it's lace, right? It's smaller than fingering. We got this. I thought 4s would be nice. And that's what that bottom is here. And it's gorgeous. Now, if you do anything with any length, the colors are going to stack differently. We get that. I just wanted to see how it felt. And did I like the needles? Do I like the fabric? Because I'm doing something lacy, so I don't really care about gauge. What I do care about is, do I like the way it looks? Do I like the way it drapes? That's important. Gauge isn't. It's going to be a lace something. I mean, yeah. So I started this with 4s doing seed stitch because the pattern I was looking at doing starts with seed stitch. I like my seed stitch. Do we notice this? I like my seed stitch. And then I popped it up to, I was looking for the 7s and they weren't downstairs. They were, but they were the metal ones. And this is, did I mention this is 100% mulberry silk and you really don't want to use metal needles on it? That's slick. Yeah, so I wanted at least these. I wanted some wooden ones. I wanted something that had a little bit of grab. Not that these have, you know, these are nitpicks. Not that they have like a grab, but more than those aluminum ones do. And so I moved it up to the size 6s and it's looser, it's drapier. And now I'm wondering, should I try 5s? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But isn't it pretty? It's pretty. And it feels amazing. So my thought process is a shawl. And then we looked at yesterday all the big crescents that were great, that would be fabulous with one of those cake yarns. And I think that those patterns would be completely lost with this yarn. And the other part is with something so silky, I can make a piece this wide. And when you wear it, it's going to be about the thickness of my hair on your shoulder, around your neck. You know what I mean? That's what it's, because it's going to scrunch in. It's not going to like block out. You know how we have some wool things that'll block out and it's like, I made a shawl and it's 16 inches wide and there you go. And it's a stole and there you go. You can make something 12, 15, 16 inches wide on this and it's going to scrunch like right here. It's going to just hug you and it's going to be amazing and you'll know you've got all that pattern to it and you can pick it up and it'll like fall and you can see all the gorgeousness. But when you just put it on your neck, that's what it's going to do. That is the nature of this. It's gorgeous. So I went from, okay, crescent, which is one of my favorite shapes, is a stole or a long scarf. And being that today for me is August the 1st, just for a couple more hours. And then it'll be up to you guys because it'll be the 2nd, right? But for a couple more hours, it still is August the 1st in my world. And August the 1st is the day that I was adopted in 1979. And that was when, you know, I got my mom and dad, and my sister called me. My sister called me today to say Happy Family Day. She remembered and she talked to me because she's taken on the mantle because mom passed away 9 years ago. So she called me and everything, and that was just wonderful that she did that. So I was thinking with this gorgeous, stunning yarn, I would like to go back to a throwback shawl that I have made in the past, and it is called the Baltic Sea Stole. It's a big shawl by Faina. I don't know how to say her name, so we're just not going to do that. And here it is. Look at that. Okay, so there's you can see the design, right? Is that gorgeous? You can see the design. There we go. That's my mom. That's my mom. I made that for her many, many years ago, and my other sister has it. So when she passed, she got it. She asked if I wanted it back. I'm like, no, I made it for mom. No, please take it. For one thing, I couldn't handle it right then, right? We go through our own grief. I couldn't handle taking it back. So there you go. So I have made this before. I do remember when I first started it, it took me a bit to get to where I could follow it. It really did. How long did I take to make this thing? Do I have this? I started it January 13th of 2009, and I finished it April the 3rd of 2009 for my mom's 75th birthday. That was what that was for her 75th birthday. And that's what I wanted to give her. And I had a little bit of time to, I got it finished just in time, was able to block it and give that to her. And I was thinking that that would be what I wanted to start today with. That was the deciding factor between the dress or that, is because it's August the 1st and doing something like that. And I haven't decided yet on the needle size, whether I want that smaller. And the other part is I used three full hanks, and I don't know how big this was because I didn't put that on there, but I used 3 full hanks of Knit Pick Stroll Fingering Bear. So that was 1,386 yards is what I use. I've got half that with this. So I've got half the yardage. My yarn is thinner, right? Because this is a lace weight and this is a fingering weight that I had here. It's thinner. How big is this one that I made for my mom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made this, I think, the size that it said. I didn't make it any bigger, but I made it long. I went until I ran out of yarn, and she wanted something that she could wrap up in church with that was nice. And that had, because of the fingering weight yarn, was more substantial. I had made her something previously with the lace weight. And my mom, you can see with the glasses, she's legally blind. And she was always afraid she would snag that lace stuff, really, really thin lace on things. And she needed something a little more substantial. Not that fingering weight's substantial, but I think you get the point. So that's what I was thinking of with making with this gorgeous lace right here, and giving that away. So I decided that tonight too, that it would be quite fitting, and I just have to actually do it with all my other things. Is that one was for my mom, and I'd like to do this one for my mother-in-law. And now I just have to figure out what needle size. Just pick one. It won't really matter. Just pick one. It'll be, it'll be beautiful either way. And it'll be a scarf. It won't be as large as this one. Like I said, half the yarn and thinner yarn, but it'll be a beautiful scarf. It will be a statement piece scarf. And that's what I'm going for. And I think that being the day that it is, that doing that is going to be very fitting. My mother-in-law is somebody who has always appreciated every single thing I have made her. I have taken things off my body before and given them to her because she is one of the people that makes that sound. You know the sound. We're crafters. We know that sound. She oohs and ahs in just the right way. It's like, here, you can have it. It's all yours. It's all yours. Thank you very much. Please take it from me. Right? And it is a joke. My husband will comment too. And he's like, don't wear that around my mom. You know you're going to lose it. Nuh-uh, this one's mine. I made this thing for me. And then we went to whatever the event was. And then we left and I didn't have it anymore. He's like, told you. Like, shut up. She is good at that. It's not anything unpurposeful. She just so appreciative of the things that I make and really understands everything that goes into it. And it's not a 5-minute process. These things take time. So that's where I want to go with my gorgeous silk, 100% mulberry silk yarn. And I will put it back in its little plastic bag, and I will gently, don't breathe on it hard, right? Because that will slide. That will slide. I've got like one of the mesh. I think maybe I could. Well, I'm going for the outside, so a mesh thing won't work. One of those yarn sacks that you can put on there, that they look kind of like the things you get wrapped around certain produce at the grocery store. Yeah, something like that. A bra is what they call them. And yeah, I mean, that's just, it's sticking. It was so funny as I'm winding, it's just like sticking up, and I'm like, we're not quitting now. We're not quitting now. I did not get the electric winder out for this. I haven't put it up together yet. I evidently have to look at a video to figure out how to put the one screw in so I don't mess it up. I don't know. I'm not sure if you can take the screw back out after you put it in, if it's like a one shot, do it right or don't, whatever. But with the silk, no. I didn't want to mess with anything new. Deal with what I have, and as you can see, it's done its own little thing. It's fine. And it's so amazingly soft. And like I said, even with this, just, it's a bit jacked. It's a bit jacked up. Even with that, I am still very, very thrilled I did not get it wound by Nicole, by Megan Nicole. I am so thrilled I did not, because that is just such a, it was like jewelry. It was straight up yarn jewelry when I got that in the mail. And this is gorgeous and it feels nice, but we've all felt a hank of yarn. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us felt a hank of yarn before being caked up and after being caked up. It's the same yarn, but there's something about it in the cake. It's looser. It shows all of its beauty and its quality. And this is pretty. There no doubt that is pretty. But that cake, oh, or that skein of yarn, oh my gosh, that thing shows all the stuff. And that's not as impressive. It's gorgeous. It's not as impressive to look at. It's, you know, and it's not a hit or a it's nothing like that. It's nothing bad. But look at this. That's what the cake, that's what the skein looked like. Oh my gosh, so amazing and so absolutely luscious. And yeah, I get it. It's, you're like, but it's the same thing. It is the same, but it's in that, holding that, I'm really happy that I got it in that manner. Now, in the future, ordering from her, I might take her up on her offer. I just might. You want to wind the silk yarn and everything? And the reason she said to me, she said the reason she does that is she got a gorgeous hank of yarn, may or may not have had silk in it, not 100% sure, so I don't want to misquote. And she tried to wind it and it didn't go so well. And she wanted to make sure that with her yarns, everybody has the opportunity to immediately start working with them and not worry about throwing it away, tangling it up, getting it so messed up that you can't untangle it and you waste money, time, energy. You're totally frustrated. She wants it to be a wonderful experience from the beginning to the end. So you pick out your stuff and she'll wind it like, oh, that's silk. That's ugly. And the silk is beautiful. My caking job is what I'm referring to as being ugly. And pretty sure, since that's her business, if she were to mail it out to you, it's going to look like this. She's got it caked right there. Gorgeous. It's not, you know, falling apart like mine is, and you got threads hanging up one side and down the other. She'd make sure it looked pretty and it would be ready to use. I think my future one, because I plan on buying more, is I'll end up letting her wind the silk stuff to alleviate this. I don't think I did bad. I don't think I did. It's not pretty, but it's okay. The yarn's still usable. I didn't lose any in the process. I didn't get frustrated and try to throw it across the room. We did good. We did good, right? You know, life's victories. You just have to be happy. Life's little victories. So there you have it. And I'm going to decide on this. I'm gonna decide, and maybe tomorrow I'll show that I have cast on. And you know what you're gonna see with the big cast on is a big cast on, and it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like, why? Because this is lace, and if you cast on like the stole that I talked about, if I cast on what it says, it's 111 stitches. If I go down one repeat, it's still gonna be like 97, 96 stitches, something like that. And the only reason I'd go down one repeat is to make sure I have enough to make it longer, to make it a full scarf type thing, because we don't want it to be, you know, this wide and this long, you know, because I can order more yarn, but is it gonna be the same? I doubt it. Similar? Yes. 100% the same? I don't know. I mean, this is so spot on with the picture. It just might be. But with hand dyed, you're going to get different from dye to dye. That's why you have to buy it all at once, right? It's not the dyer's fault. That's just the nature. So it's like, I got to make sure that I can make this work with the yarn that I have. And I don't know why I'm fussing over it, because 675 yards, that's a lot of yarn. That's a lot of lace yarn. That will go a good distance. It really will. So those are my decisions that I'm going to make tonight. And while I upload this, I'm going to pull that out, and we'll see where I'm at. I don't know. We want to see how it folds out? Yeah, let's see. Let's see. We might as well. You know, I'm not going to keep that. How does it feel? It feels amazing. And I'm still torn. Do I want it tighter like this? It's not going to be mine. Do I want it tighter like that? Or the looser? I mean, they're both going to be drapey. I don't know. And this will, I believe it's going to, it's very gentle wash. We know that it's silk. I think that this will bleed. So it's going to be one of those, I mean, with those colors, it doesn't smell at all, but I think it will. And the only reason I say that is when I wound it, I had it, I've already washed my hands a couple times. I had it going right here. I was just holding it right there and the yarn was just going there. And I had the lines right here from this was that dark, you know, it almost looked black. I had some lines here from the yarn, just from the dye transfer. So yeah, I think it's going to bleed some. That's fine. And it's going to be gorgeous. So let's see. Okay, we're gonna try to wind this. We're gonna wind this, winding. All right. Oh, yeah. There's no snags. There's nothing. It was a joy. I mean, this just comes out way too easy, if you know what I mean. So be careful with it. It's so messed up. So messed up. I mean, like, that is just, yeah, I would take her up on her offer, especially if you've already ordered from her once and you've gotten that that dopamine hit of it in the skein form. Or yeah, if you want to start with it anytime soon, that's it. Yeah, I snagged myself. It's gorgeous, but if you want a skein that, because you know she's going to make sure as a business owner that what she sends is going to be beautiful, it's going to be pleasing to look at, it's going to be ready to work with. Take her up on her offer. I mean, a lot of places charge for that. And I love the way that she commented is, I want silk to be accessible to everybody. I want that to not be the headache, not be the frustration. And let's face it, not everybody has a ball winder and a Swift. It was years and years before I finally broke down and bought a ball winder. That was my first thing. I bought the ball winder because, you know, it's a lot of money. They're expensive. Even cheap ones are expensive. And my thought process was on the ball winder is like, okay, I can drape it over my knees. I can do whatever needs to be done. And then I can continue just slowly working the ball winder, which is what I did. And I was able to make that work. And it's not like I'm winding 4, 5, 6 skeins back to back. So I didn't need a Swift. I was good, right? I don't need a Swift. And it took me years after getting the ball winder before I finally got the Swift. And I do use it. Yeah, that's what this was on, was the Swift and everything. It was definitely there. So I do use that, but that's an expense and I could not justify it. Mine was, I would much rather spend the money on yarn than I would on a ball winder or a Swift. So I think that's wonderful that she has that service and that she doesn't charge extra for that. So I thought that was pretty spectacular. So here we go. I have it. I'm ready. And it'll be time to change needle sizes or whatever I'm going to do and cast something on. I did find an easier pattern that has a very similar look, and I was thinking about that. I was like, no. I like the idea that my mom got the white one that I made specifically for her, and I love the idea of this with the mulberry silk going to my mother-in-law. Do I know when I will get it done? No, I haven't cast it on yet. Do I know how much time it's going to take? Not at all. Not at all. But that's okay. I have time. I have time. All right, everybody. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.